guys, well, I'm out in the shop today and I'm doing one of those customer no service jobs. You know, you purchase something online and then when you get it, the parts aren't quite right. You call them to let them know about it and they say, well, it's going to fit. So that's kind of one of the jobs I'm working on today for my father-in-law. These are some spacers. That's for a brake caliper kit for he's working on a 1962 Thunderbird, and he's converting it over to disc brakes. And so he purchased this kit online. Well, it came with these spacers to space out the caliper brackets, and they're too long. They're about 11/64 too long, 0.173. That's quite a bit. You know, that's almost 3/16 inch too long. He only has 8 of them, and of course he's already, you know, mocked most of this stuff up and got it bolted to the car, so they want to give him a hard time about these spacers. And they're basically just saying, oh, well, they should fit. So anyways, he asked me to turn these down. So for a job like this, I'm just basically going to be doing several facing passes just to trim it back. But rather than handwrite the code, I just whipped it out real quickly in Fusion 360. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll run the code. So here we are in Fusion 360, and so what I want to do is just, instead of handwriting the cam for trimming these spacers back to length, I thought I'd just draw it up quickly in Fusion 360, and it'd just be much quicker. So first what we want to do is I want to just create a cylinder. We're going to put it on this bottom surface here, and I'm going to start in the center. Alright, I've got this set up for millimeters, so let me change my document settings here to inch. Alright, let's try that again. So we go to create cylinder. I want this bottom surface here, and the stock diameter is 0.749, and the length that I want to trim it to is 0.926. Then we want to draw another cylinder here, and we want to put it on this top surface, again right in the center, and this is the inside diameter, and that is 0.469. And then we want to just drag it down to the bottom and cut through the material. If you want to get it exactly even, you can click this bottom surface. However, it's not necessary. Okay, now the spacer had a flat on there, but I don't really need to draw that on there just to trim it to length, so I'm just going to omit that there. And let's just go ahead and put our chamfer on here. So go to Modify, Chamfer, and then we'll click this outside edge here and put a slight chamfer on here. Maybe come on, maybe let's try 50 thousandths, see what that looks like. Maybe 30 thousandths. Maybe 20. Alright, there we go. Say 20 thousandths. Now of course it has it on this side as well. It's not necessary to put it on there because I'm not really trimming that side, but we can go ahead and do that. Go back and edit the feature and hold Control and click that edge. Now it does both. Alright, so that's it for drawing. Now let's go to the cam, and then for our setup, new setup, we're going to be doing a turning or mill turn. We want to select spun profile, and we want to change our stock to a tube so that it has an ID. The inner diameter is 0.469 and the ID is 0.75. Okay, so it always default puts the stock in the center. Let's go back and change that, because what we want to do is we want to trim. Alright, come on here. Edit. Our stock length is 1.099. Whoops. Again, go back and edit. Mess that up. We want to put our model position offset from the rear. How about that? There we go. So now you can see that we have all the stock in the front, and so we just want to come back and face it off until we get to the model. So we're going to do a facing operation. I'm going to be using tool number 1. My turn tools, tool number 1. Okay. Now you can see automatically it puts just one facing operation. So we want to, first of all, I want to change my RPMs to 1200 as that's my maximum spindle speed. And our feed rate per revolution, I want to change that to 0.01. Our lead in can be 0.02 and our lead out 0.02. We're going to use feed per revolution. We're going to use constant surface speed, and we want to change this to, let's try 650. That looks good. For our passes, we want to use multiple passes, and our step over needs to be 0.01. I probably can go 0.02. But let's just leave it for 0.01 for right now. I don't do a lot of steel turning or milling, so I'm not really up on my feeds and speeds for steel, so let's just leave it at 0.01. Alright, so that should be good. And if we go and simulate this, we can see what we're going to have going on. Now you see after each pass it goes all the way back to the start. I don't necessarily need it to do that, so we can go back and fix that. Okay. Retraction policy, how about minimum retraction? We'll change that. There we go. Now you can see that it just comes back to the bare minimum. There we go. Alright, so we still didn't get the chamfer here, So we need to add one more operation, a profile, and tool 1 again is fine. Surface speed is fine. Max speed is 1200. Ooh. Too many zeros. Alright. Feed's good there. Geometry. We want to select selection here. And we want to just hit this surface. Rest machining. That should be okay. Let's see if that knocks that corner off. Alright, that should be good. So let's just take a look at the whole thing real quick. Let's do our simulation. Alright, so you can see pretty easy. We're going to just do a facing operation and then come back and just knock this corner off the edge here. So that's pretty quick. Now we can go out to the lathe and let's trim all these spacers up. Okay, well you see we got it trimmed down, and then I've moved the tool back to the 0 position so I can slide in another stock and bump it up against the tool. Put the chamfer back on there that I had originally, and should be good to go. Alright, and there you go. Turned out pretty good. I'm sure he'll be happy with this, and he can get back to installing the brake caliper kit. So you're not the only one. I too feel your frustrations with customer no service. Well, I guess that wraps up this video, guys. Thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and most importantly, be safe.